Hi, so this is the story time of how I found out somebody I knew was a cannibal. Story time. For the sake of this story, we are going to be omitting some parts just for privacy sake. And mind you, I already asked the person involved, and she said I can share the story. When I was like when I was like 8, 9, 10 years, we used to live in the streets, right? And let me just call this girl Doshima. Doshima was somebody that lived across our street. It was still the same area, and like from my gate, you can see her mom's kiosk, because her mom had a kiosk and sells something. She used to have this uncle, but then he was not like a relative, he was more of a family friend. But because of how close the guy was to their family, she used to call him uncle. This guy was like 20, 22, 23 years old then, when we were still small. As a child, I've always noticed that he was kind of weird. He was this weird uncle, and I used to always keep my distance from him. Anytime he comes to Doshima's parents' house and he's around, I'll just, if he comes to meet me there, I'll leave. Or if I notice that he's around, I'll not come to their house. And then after some time, I packed out from the area. This happened like a very long time ago, and I've not seen Doshima or anybody that we grew up together in that street. Fast forward to last year, I was traveling to Edo State, and all of a sudden, I saw this girl, and I was looking at her. She was looking at me. I was looking at her. She was looking at me. So we sat side by side in the bus. Right, it was a nice journey. And then she now asked me, sorry, sister, do I know you from somewhere? You look like someone I know. I said, where do you know me from? She said, I look like somebody that they grew up together with. So I was like, oh, where did you grow up? Which school did you attend? And that's how I found out that she was Doshima. And we were so surprised. We started catching up on old times. We were discussing about people, like childhood memories. We were living like childhood memories and the rest. This journey was a very long journey. So we gisted for a very, very long time. Like a very long time. And all of a sudden, bring talk, and then I asked of the uncle. Let's call him Uncle Pius for the sake of this story. Like I said earlier, growing up, I used to look at Uncle Pius as this weird uncle. He doesn't talk much. He eats some kind of food, and he's very selective. How did I know this? Most of the time when I'll come to Doshima's house, and then her mom will send her to go and buy something, and I'll ask her that, did you not just cook? Why are you going to buy that thing again? She'll be like, uncle doesn't eat so uncle doesn't eat that. So that's how I knew that he was quite selective of food that he eats. So I asked her, continuing the journey now, I asked her, bring talk, then I asked her, but what of Uncle Pius? So how is he? It's been a very long time. So she told me that Uncle Pius relocated abroad, and he's a doctor there. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. So how is he now? Like, are you going to see him anytime? So blah blah blah. And she told me that Uncle Pius is dead. Uncle Pius died. So yeah. And that is where the main story began. So she started gisting me. She said that Uncle Pius was a cannibal. And I was like, what do you mean? How is Uncle Pius a cannibal? He said in the hospital that Uncle Pius was working outside the country. Uncle Pius used to take home people's guys, nursing mother, or people, should I say people that just gave birth. Uncle Pius used to take their placenta home. If he operates on a patient that has fibroid, Uncle Pius takes the fibroid home. If it is cyst, he takes it home. If it's lump, anything that is coming out of a man's body, Uncle Pius take it home to eat. And I asked her how did I find out? So she told me that this happened like he confessed before he died. And I asked her for the full details. He said according to what they said, his sister too relocated to stay the same country with him, but they were living in different cities in the same country. And most of the time, if she comes home, like weekend, not home because they don't stay together, but if she comes to visit him during the weekends, there's a big refrigerator in his house that contains meat in Ziploc bags. And she used to ask him that, what kind of meat are this? And he'll be like, no, they're for experiments in the hospital. So this I did not really think much of it until this confession. So it turns out that Dr. Pius is a cannibal, and he eats those things that he takes home from his patients: fibroid, cysts, any growth on the body, lump. Most of those things he take them home, refrigerate them, and eat them. How did Dr. Pius die? Like